Life would be dull without the world's weirdest moments. But sometimes, they don't just exceed our wildest expectations. They completely shatter them, leaving us staring in disbelief. These are the moments where reality feels stranger than fiction, where the line between the ordinary and the unthinkable disappears. From secret nuclear tests to wolf-like creatures, here are the 15 most terrifying events that were caught on camera. Let's begin this unsettling countdown with Number 15. A bite-induced explosion. Sometimes curiosity doesn't just kill the cat, it blows up in your face. In 2018, an unnamed man in China redefined what it means to test a product's authenticity. Amid the frenzy of Apple's discounted battery replacement program, he sought a quicker solution in a third-party electronics store. Faced with the possibility of counterfeit iPhone batteries, the man decided to channel his inner gold prospector and bit into the battery as if it were some kind of 21st century coin. Well, it was a bad idea. The battery responded by doing what lithium-ion batteries do best under stress. It exploded right there in his mouth. Incredibly, he walked away unharmed, but his pride torched. Security footage of this spectacularly poor decision made its way online, turning the man into an internet legend for all the wrong reasons. Next time you're tempted to test something with your teeth, remember, your dentist already disapproves, and the battery might too. Number 14. Declassified nuclear tests. Ever wonder what the apocalypse looks like in 4K? Thanks to the Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory, LLNL, you don't have to imagine. Between 1945 and 1962, over 10,000 films captured the U.S.'s nuclear tests in vivid, horrifying detail. For decades, these reels gathered dust in high-security storage, teetering on the edge of decomposition. In 2017, LLNL decided to save history from rotting away, recovering and digitizing over 6,500 films before they were lost forever. They uncovered just how wrong scientists of the past had been. Turns out, eyeballing the size of nuclear fireballs wasn't the most accurate method. Shocker. Measurements were off by a whopping 25%. The newly restored footage not only corrected these errors, but served as a sobering reminder of humanity's destructive capabilities. LLNL hopes these unsettling films will discourage future generations from pressing the big red button. Lesson learned? Hopefully. Number 13. The Springfield Clowns. What's worse than one creepy clown? A whole neighborhood is full of them. Back in 2014, Springfield, Jacksonville became ground zero for a bizarre trend. Clowns wandering the streets at night, doing unsettling things like tearing into pumpkins and loitering ominously under streetlights. Think Pennywise meets a block party, but without the balloons. Local residents were understandably on edge, and when videos of the clowns hit the internet, they sparked a trend that spiraled into a full-blown clown apocalypse in 2016. People across the U.S. started dressing up and pulling similar stunts, creating a nationwide epidemic of grease paint nightmares. While the original Springfield Clowns' motives remain a mystery, their legacy endures as a perfect example of how to haunt an entire community without uttering a word. That's why I hate clowns, and you should too. They're the only ones who can creep you out without speaking. In fact, never trust anyone in clown makeup. Problem solved. Number 12. Pet Shop Phantom. If you've ever suspected your pets know more about the paranormal than they let on, you're not alone. In 2018, Humboldt Pet Supply in Arcata, California, became the unlikely setting for some spine-tingling activity. Staff started noticing strange occurrences, a persistent object falling off the shelf and what looked like a shadowy cat figure captured on CCTV. The creepy part? The store's actual cat, Diego, was just as freaked out as the humans. In one clip, Diego investigates the fallen object, only for it to move, seemingly on its own. The footage was eerie enough to make even skeptics raise an eyebrow. Is the ghost of a cat haunting Humboldt's Isles? Or is Diego moonlighting as a paranormal investigator? Either way, if you're looking for ghost hunting gear, Humboldt might just have you covered. But be sure to bring your own cat, just in case. Number 11. The dimming star. Space has a funny way of humbling us. Just when scientists think they've got it all figured out, the cosmos pulls a fast one. Enter ASASN VJ213939.3 702.817.4. Yes, it's a mouthful, but it's also a star that decided to play hide and seek with the universe. One day, it suddenly dimmed by 70%, leaving researchers scratching their heads. The All-Sky Automated Survey for Supernovae project had been watching it with 24 telescopes, waiting for it to go out in a dramatic supernova blaze. Instead, it ghosted them. Theories? Sure, they've got a few. Maybe a dust cloud passed in front of it, or perhaps an eclipse. But the juiciest explanation? Aliens. Some speculate the star could be encased in a Dyson sphere, a hypothetical megastructure that advanced civilizations might build to harness energy. Realistically, it's probably dust, but alien construction project sure makes the universe feel a lot more exciting and terrifying. Number 10. The Slaughter-Bot Warning. It's not sci-fi if it's almost real. In 2017, the Future of Life Institute made waves by releasing a short fictional film called Slaughterbots. The concept? Hand-sized drones equipped with facial recognition, explosives, and zero need for human oversight. These killer robots could identify targets using real-time data and then deliver deadly precision strikes. The film was fictional, but it felt disturbingly plausible. The clip didn't hold back. Swarms of drones hunted down political activists and lawmakers with ruthless efficiency. It wasn't some amateur YouTube upload either. Slaughterbots made their way to the United Nations Convention on Certain Conventional Weapons in Geneva, where they joined discussions on banning autonomous weapons. While the world hasn't officially unleashed killer robots yet, the film's message was clear. We already have the technology, skills, and, unfortunately, the ambition. Sometimes dystopian futures aren't just imagined, they're built-in labs, one microchip at a time. Number 9. Max Headroom Signal Hijacking. Chicago, 1987. People are winding down for the evening when a bizarre broadcast hijacks their TV screens. For about 20 seconds, an eerie figure wearing a Max Headroom mask sways in front of a buzzing, static-filled background. Before engineers regain control, it's gone. 2 hours later, the same figure returns, this time on another channel. This second interruption lasts 90 seconds. Plenty of time for the masked intruder to ramble nonsensically, hurl insults, and reference the fictional AI character's history. The whole thing ends with the figure being spanked by an off-screen accomplice holding a fly swatter. Creepy? Absolutely. Funny? Maybe in hindsight. To this day, no one knows who was behind the stunt or why they did it. The Max Headroom hijacking remains one of the most infamous unsolved broadcast intrusions, a strange blend of surreal performance art and technical wizardry that still haunts the airwaves of urban legend. Number 8. A beached shark ate a beached whale. On a serene day in 2018, Ponta Beach in Mozambique became the setting for a gruesome spectacle. A beached humpback whale had drawn a crowd of curious onlookers and well-meaning rescuers. Tragically, the whale's condition was too severe, and it died. But nature had other plans. The smell of the whale's carcass attracted around 60 sharks, which circled the shallow waters for an easy meal. Most were content to snag a bite and retreat. Not one particularly ambitious tiger shark, though. This 4-meter-long predator went all in, grabbing a massive chunk of whale meat and promptly beaching itself right beside the corpse. The crowd, equal parts horrified and mesmerized, captured the shark's thrashing on video. For a moment, it looked like the shark's bold feast might cost it its life. But after a few tense minutes, a wave rescued the stranded predator. returning it to the sea. The whole scene was brutal, bizarre, and a little poetic. Number 7. Doorbell Doom. Nothing good happens when your doorbell rings in the dead of night. In 2016, a Reddit user shared footage from their doorbell camera that sent shivers down the internet's collective spine. The image showed a pale-faced stranger with dark, soulless eyes, leaning ominously toward the lens. The figure looked like something out of a horror movie, vaguely human, but off in the most unsettling ways. Some likened it to the urban legend of the black-eyed children, creepy paranormal entities said to knock on doors and ask for entry, often with sinister intentions. Whether this was a prank, a lost soul, or something otherworldly, one thing was clear. Moving seemed like the safest option. Doorbell cameras might offer peace of mind, but sometimes they reveal things you'd rather not see. This eerie encounter serves as a chilling reminder that curiosity and fear often arrive hand in hand, and sometimes they show up on your doorstep. Number 6. A plane inside a hurricane. When most people hear about a hurricane, their first instinct is to get as far away as possible. But for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, hurricanes are a call to action. Equipped with 2 specialized planes, affectionately nicknamed Kermit and Miss Piggy, NOAA scientists fly straight into the heart of these storms to gather critical data. In 2018, Kermit took on Hurricane Florence, one of the season's most powerful storms. On board was aerospace engineer Nick Underwood, who documented the harrowing journey. The footage captures Kermit being buffeted by relentless winds and rain, only to break through into the eye of the storm, a surreal pocket of calm surrounded by towering walls of clouds. But the serene eye is a brief reprieve. The real value lies in the chaos surrounding it. During their 12-hour flights, scientists drop GPS cylinders into the storm, collecting data that improves forecasting and saves lives. It's science in the face of chaos, equal parts terrifying and awe-inspiring. Number 5. Texas Wolfman. If Amarillo Zoo wasn't already on your radar, it should be now. In June 2022, the zoo released an image from its CCTV that sent chills down spines nationwide. The photo showed a creature that defied all logic, a bipedal figure with wolf-like features casually strolling past a fence. Werewolf? Hoax? Or something in between? The mystery sparked heated debates online. Skeptics argued it was just someone in a costume, while others claimed this was proof of cryptids among us. Whatever the case, the image left an unsettling impression. As much as we'd love to dismiss it as a prank, the possibility of a werewolf epidemic is one rabbit hole we'd rather not go down. Let's just hope the next time Amarillo Zoo releases an image, it's a cute baby panda and not a nightmare on 2 legs. But maybe keep your silver bullets handy just in case. Number 4. The Hollandwell Incident. July 1980, a sunny day in Nottinghamshire, England, quickly turned into something out of a horror film. At the Hollandwell Showground, hundreds of children gathered for a cheerful marching band competition. But then, the unthinkable happened. Kids started dropping like flies. Nausea, headaches, weakness, around 300 children and adults were struck down by an invisible force. Paramedics were overwhelmed, and confusion reigned as the event spiraled into chaos. Well, theories emerged, but none stuck. Some blamed pesticides sprayed on nearby fields, imagining a toxic mist wafting into the event. Others thought it was mass hysteria, triggered by a few kids succumbing to heat or exhaustion and sparking a domino effect of fainting. Decades later, the mystery remains unsolved, and the Hollandwell incident lives on as a chilling reminder of how quickly the familiar can turn inexplicably strange. No aliens or curses, just a real-life mystery that refuses to be unraveled. Number 3. A breathing forest. In 2018, a video surfaced that made Twitter collectively freak out. Shot in Quebec, it showed the forest floor rising and falling as if the earth itself had decided to take a deep breath. Cue the internet theories. Maybe it was a massive, hidden turtle, or the forest was alive and plotting something sinister. The reality was less fantastical, but no less fascinating. Weather experts explained that this phenomenon only occurs under specific conditions, after heavy rainfall when the soil becomes saturated and loose. Strong winds push the trees, which lift the ground with their root systems like nature's version of a creepy air mattress. Still, the effect is unnerving, watching something as solid as the forest floor heave like it's alive. Even with the science laid bare, it's hard not to feel a little unsettled. Because let's face it, a breathing forest is the kind of thing that sticks with you long after the explanation. Number 2. The moon's weirdest video. If you ever want to doubt reality, watch Daniel Lopez's footage of the moon setting behind Mount Tide in the Canary Islands. At first glance, it looks like the moon has gone rogue, looming impossibly large and moving disturbingly fast toward Earth. The tiny hikers in the foreground? Oblivious. The internet's reaction? Predictably skeptical. But here's the thing. The video is 100% real. Lopez filmed it in 2018 using a telescopic lens, which compressed the distance between the hikers and the moon, creating the illusion that our celestial neighbor was about to go full doomsday. The speed? That's just the Earth's rotation, making the moon appear to drop dramatically behind the mountain. It's a perfect example of how perspective can mess with our heads. Lopez didn't just capture a milk moon, he accidentally gave us a cosmic horror short film. Thankfully, it's just an illusion. For now, the moon is staying put. Number 1. A turkey death dance. Boston, 2017. A man stumbles upon a dead cat on the road. Sad but ordinary, except for the bizarre turkey ritual happening around it. A group of hens is circling the feline's corpse in a slow, eerie procession, like a feathery funeral procession gone wrong. The man filming calls it the craziest thing he's ever seen. And honestly, he's not wrong. At first glance, the turkey's behavior seems almost symbolic, like they're paying respect to the dead, or taunting it. But bird experts had a far less poetic explanation. Female turkeys, lacking the claws and bulk of their male counterparts, tend to rely on group tactics for safety. The circling behavior? A mix of morbid curiosity and the instinct to stick together. Still, there's something unsettling about how they just don't stop. Was it primal defense, or did these turkeys stumble upon the world's weirdest team-building exercise? Well, let us know. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon in the next one.